For years, people laughed at Katt Williams. They said he was bitter, jealous, and just trying to get attention. But now, everyone's singing a different tune.
Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart. So everybody that Katt sat right here and told you about, everything he was saying was on the up and up. No one's saying he's lying. I can't wait to see your next interviews with those people.
They ain't coming on now, Mo.
Back in January 2024, when Katt sat down on Club Shay Shay, he didn't hold back. He started naming names. He talked about powerful celebrities. He hinted that some of them were hiding dark secrets. At the time, people rolled their eyes. Social media turned it into a joke. Memes went viral. Nobody took him seriously. But in 2026, millions of pages of government files connected to Jeffrey Epstein are now public. And suddenly, the names Katt mentioned don't sound so crazy anymore.
Because what I think it is that everybody just wants to see him take an L on this one. And I'm just trying to figure out why. Why does everyone have such a vested interest in seeing Katt Williams take the fall for this, or go down for this, or be responsible for this, or set it up, or done this, or done that? And the only thing that makes sense to me is oh, y'all want him to be bad because Diddy is still in jail. Rock Nation is looking really bad, and all you Shluminati people, you're all looking real bad right now. So y'all need the people that pointed it out to look even worse, don't you? That's what makes sense to me. That's what I see. And it's kind of disgusting because in my opinion, there's a lot of people that should be speaking up for Katt right now that's not. There's a lot of people on that tour that probably should have had something else to say other than what's being said.
In fact, some people are saying the documents back up what he hinted at. And the ones he didn't mention, some believe those names could be even bigger. In fact, Katt has recently come out to double down on some huge claims. He is not going anywhere. He isn't scared of anyone.
And nothing else really matters. That's what I do.
Is it easier to be quiet?
For who?
Anyone.
It's easier for my enemies to be quiet. Where's my camera? Yeah. Just be quiet. Just shut up. And I'll pass right by. Yeah, I just had to say that.
Now the conversation has changed. Instead of asking, is Katt serious? People are asking, how did he know? If even part of what's coming in 2026 turns out to be true, we're in for a truly explosive year. We were introduced to this insane lifestyle back in November 2025, when Donald Trump signed the Epstein Files Transparency Act into law. That law forced the Department of Justice to release everything tied to the federal investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. It became one of the biggest document dumps in U.S. history. Jay-Z, also known as Sean Carter, was one of the biggest names found in the files. A billionaire mogul, a cultural icon, someone many people believed was untouchable. According to an FBI crisis intake form filed in 2019, an anonymous woman made serious allegations about something that supposedly happened in 1996. She claimed she was taken from her home and woke up in a room with Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein. She alleged Weinstein assaulted her while Jay-Z was present. This is curiously similar to how Katt alleged Diddy and Jay-Z would operate at their parties.
We'll go to the parking lot, and I'll watch them all go up there. And, they would be thinking I'm coming later. I would just be on the car having a grand old time, smoking and laughing and watching everybody who's going. And, yeah, so you can't tell me what goes on, because 5 hours later, I'm still in the parking lot when they come down. And, just to see all them big time Hollywood men that I just watched go up there, they all come down off the shuttle and looking sad in the eyes, and all of them wearing Sean John and looking oily, and they all walk crazy like this, and their shoelaces were always untied. I don't know why. Their shoelaces were always untied. And then they would get in their car and they would drive off standing up. Big boy, with their head out all of them, and I couldn't believe it. But one of the highlights of my Hollywood career, you know. But you can't tell me, because I was there to see on both ends.
Hey man, you know what's wild about
Yeah.
that? I'm wondering how many people would see, oh man, these are jokes.
None of the people that was on the shuttle.
Right.
And they the only ones I care about.
The woman accusing Jay-Z also named Pusha T as someone who allegedly built fake friendships to lure women into vulnerable situations. There were old interview clips where the energy in the room suddenly shifted anytime Jay-Z's name came up. Conversations would get shut down. Don't go there. Move on. It felt tense, almost as if Jay was the industry boogeyman. This is something Jaguar Wright recently alleged was the case, saying that both he and Diddy had powerful backers.
Adjacent to, or, you know, traveling in the same circles as the person that's been selected to be this icon. Because let's just be very clear, he was selected, just like Diddy was selected. Question is by who? Now, for many years, I minded my business about a lot of things, but a lot of things came to me. I heard a lot of things. You got to remember, this was back when I was still trying to be amicable with the industry so that I could have my career, so that I could have my life, right? Everything that I worked for, everything that I sacrificed. Up until, what? 2016, 2017, I was still ignoring a lot of things. A lot of things. It wasn't until I couldn't ignore it anymore because I realized this ain't going nowhere. And then when I started seeing exactly how dangerous things have become, it was very simple. It's either you're going to speak up or they're going to keep getting away with it, or you're going to get handled up on regardless because you're not playing along the way you should be playing along. Like that's how this works. Like the people that get rewarded are the people that keep the secrets, the people that are quiet, and the people that lie for them. The people who get a pass are the people who pretend that like they don't know what's going on. And then the people that speak up are the people that, you know, get persecuted, get framed, get trashed, you know, are forced to go broke, you know, that kind of. So, yeah, like I cannot say that it was an overnight process.
Then Peeper uncomfortable conclusion.
With Jay-Z in his situation, as far as the early Jay-Z, you see him with Aaliyah Young, of course, goes to Dame Dash next. You see him with Foxy Brown. You see the maturation of Beyonce and him getting with Beyonce. You see Rihanna at a young age. Is it more so, and you were young as a singer, is it more so that, you know, when you're in this industry, men are going to most likely talk and date their peers? And it's just that technically all the new rising stars at that time
Our
were
babies.
just young women, just young kids.
Babies.
Babies.
Being ran around by grown men.
There was a video of Rihanna winning an award, and she was thanking her parents. And Jay-Z, you know, he stepped in and, you know, said, nah, you know, she means to thank me. And he was being very overly aggressive. And you look at Rihanna's age at that time, you look at him, how much does power and influence, even for you, you were backstage, you know, saw him cry, unplugged. How much does power and influence come to those?
I was also a grown woman and I was pregnant and married. She was a kid.
Wow.
She was a kid. Yeah, I remember that. No, you need to thank me. That's kind of ballsy, isn't it?
When you look back at it, it's hypothetically, Jay-Z leaves the country right now. He goes Russell Simmons.
Yeah. He could.
Yeah.
He could do that.
He's a quiet man regardless, so it doesn't quite matter if he's here or not.
I mean,
Then there's Kanye West. Back in 2018, he publicly called Jay-Z and Pusha T liars and said they would never tell the truth. At the time, many dismissed him, said he was out of control. Now, those old clips are being replayed with a different tone.
If you take people like Jay-Z and Pusha T, they made their living our people, so how the they gonna stand up for our people? You know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay-Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right? But you think they would ever, Beyonce had the best fit for somebody else?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You think they would ever tell the truth? No, if they told the truth, I think they'd go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So you have liars.
Man.
Liars are now the face of our culture.
And then things went even further. Internet commentators have reported that not just Jay-Z, but Beyoncé is also connected to Epstein's island.
The unsealed Epstein files have just dropped a bombshell that ties Jay-Z and Beyoncé directly to Jeffrey Epstein's darkest secrets. These two are named in survivor testimony for taking part in horrifying human hunts deep in Africa's remote forests. So picture this: vulnerable young'uns released into the wilderness, then chased down with weapons, snarling packs of dogs, and even helicopters overhead. Survivors say Jay-Z and Beyoncé weren't just watching, they were boots on the ground in Nigeria at least 3 times, laughing as they directed the chaos and even stepping in to finish off cornered victims in what witnesses call ritualized brutal slayings. There's talk of skin being taken as trophies. Nigerian police built a solid case from survivor accounts, but then high-level embassy contacts out of Washington shut it all down. Officers got transferred or pushed into early retirement, but one brave voice is still speaking out, risking his life.
There are no official documents tying her to it. But in today's world, accusations alone can spread like wildfire, and some people believe silence speaks loudly, even though legally, silence isn't proof of guilt. Next is Richard Branson. His name appears many times in the files. In one 2013 email, Epstein thanked Branson for hospitality and public relations advice.
Emails that were found in the Epstein files where he tells Jeffrey to bring along his hair. Now, guys, his team says that he never would have said that if he fully understood the context in which he was talking to Jeffrey and Epstein about all of this. Except I'm pretty sure he understood the context because these emails were from 2013 and Jeffrey Epstein had already been convicted in 2008. And Branson is trying to email him a PR memo on how he can spin his 2008 conviction. So I'm pretty sure he was aware. Advises Jeff to see if he can get Bill Gates to say that he mentored him, and advises Epstein to say that he just slipped up after sleeping with a 17-and-a-half-year-old woman because the and a half makes a difference. And he's been punished for it and he's learned his lesson, obviously. Jeffrey responds thanking him for his PR advice. There are other emails from Richard Branson to Jeffrey Epstein, like this one where he asked him to bring his 2 Russian girls along, but I digress. He also has a history of harassing women, but don't worry guys, he doesn't remember the harassment. But I think his interview with Conan shows exactly how he felt he could treat women. Now, I can't show this entire interview. It's over 10 minutes long, and some of the things he says in it, you can't show on this app.
Where does he live? Does this work for you? Does this work for you wherever you go? Only a billionaire could walk in a room, grab Salma Hayek, and throw him on the lap. She got you to take your clothes off, so I thought, you know. Everyone gets their own television set, is that right? Yes.
Now, you give me a job if this movie doesn't do well. Please go see it. It's wonderful.
Isn't she lovely? Yes, very nice. I hate your life, by the way. You've got $1 billion. Why do you also have to have Salma Hayek massaging you, pal? How can you go further with the airlines?
We like to make it fun. We're going to turn the Mile High Club into a legitimate thing, and we're going to put double beds on the planes. It's going to be an all-night affair for people like Salma and her English boyfriend.
You touch her one more time, I'll rip your head off, pal.
I've seen people say that Conan was serious about that, but the interview goes on. Richard Branson asks Salma Hayek what her first time was like. And Branson also discusses his modeling agency where he had Kate Moss sign up when she was a child, saying he wanted to keep in the theme of his company's name. So signing up young girls that were, I am appalled after seeing all of this today and how long it was allowed to go on when he acted this openly and brazenly in the public eye.
Branson has since said Epstein's actions were wrong and that he supports justice for victims. Then there's Sarah Ferguson, also known as Fergie, the ex-wife of Prince Andrew. Her name appears in multiple emails, including during the time Epstein was under house arrest. In one email believed to be from Epstein's account, someone wrote, "I think Fergie can now say, I am not a pedo." In another 2009 exchange, there was a friendly request for a quick cup of tea, with warm language praising Epstein.
Now, in your book, you devote some time to his ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, and I just wonder whether she's in danger as a world-class grifter as well, because the emails of Jeffrey Epstein show her acting absolutely appallingly, and not just on the sensational stuff, helping to set up meetings between that pedophile and her own goddaughter, for heaven's sake, and also her own daughters, and telling Epstein of another woman that you may marry her too, she's single, she has a great body, okay, well, marry me, and then we'll employ her. But then again, there's the financial links, with one email from Epstein saying he'd supported her financially for 15 years, Andrew. What did she do for him in return?
Well, Sarah Ferguson gave Epstein the sort of entree into Andrew and into the royal family. But who knows? I mean, there's still a lot more to come out. But you're absolutely right. Sarah Ferguson is a material witness to the King, to what was going on in Epstein's home. She was often a regular visitor there, and she should certainly be testifying to the Senate. But there's also HMRC, Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs, should be looking at her. The Companies Act, I think she broke. The charitable laws, charitable things that she broke running her charities. So I think she's definitely worth investigation as well, and she should certainly be questioned about the misconduct in public office, as should his daughters, who accompanied him on many of these trips and used these trips to basically get contacts which they're now exploiting themselves.
Then there's Brett Ratner. A photo surfaced in the document release showing him at an event near Epstein. Ratner explained that about 20 years ago, he attended an event with his then fiancée, and that's when the photo was taken. He said he did not have a personal relationship with Epstein. So now, the spotlight is everywhere. Tech billionaires, music moguls, supermodels, media executives, presidents. A survivor has since gone on TV to reveal that during her time in Epstein's ring, she saw a huge network. And this is why people keep coming back to what Katt Williams said. People who have been sidelined by the industry know he exposed a lot of people and how they seemingly climbed the ladder. Orlando Brown, for example, talked about how Katt was right about Kevin Hart's sudden rise to the top.
But I will talk about what I've experienced. And what I've experienced is sitting in front of Katt Williams at his own house, $3 million mansion in Malibu. And this man told Tory Hart exactly what Kevin Hart did in order to be where he's at. Now, I don't know if it was Kevin that pissed him off. I don't know who it was that pissed him off. But I do understand that the comedy world is nothing to play with. And it's like, Kevin doesn't want to be a dinosaur. He's really a velociraptor. And some people are actually T-Rexes. And we have a system to break in this universe. Now, if I keep going with this posting that everyone's privy to, it's going to unlock certain systems in the universe that prove that dinosaurs are actually not extinct. That's what Katt knows. He knows the inner workings of how people turned into huge comedians. And I guess,
he says Kevin is an industry plant.
No, man. I mean, Kevin is a dinosaur, and I can't, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. He's Frankie Lyman. And
he warned that powerful people would eventually face exposure, that the truth would shake Hollywood, politics, and business. Now, the real question isn't just who knew Epstein. It's who will be investigated, who will be charged, and who will walk away untouched. It will be interesting to see Katt's reaction to that, especially considering his previous statements on the Illuminati and how they pull the strings behind the scenes.
Everybody's buttoned down like that and wants to control the world. There's something involved that's outlandish that they keep a secret. That's always been the case with secret societies. I mean, that's the whole eyes wide shut thing, that there's some freak shit going on behind the scenes to anybody that really wants to control everything. You don't just want to control everything. You want to control everything so you can get away with some freak too.
Right, I'm saying, but these Epstein characters have existed throughout history, whether they were kings or what, like human beings are human beings universally. So everybody is a supplier. Epstein, Weinstein, like these guys knew what these extremists liked and provided it, and provided the way for you to to have $1 billion and not create a fantasy island type environment has not existed throughout history.
2026 may not just be about celebrities going to jail. It may be about whether the system treats powerful people the same way it treats everyone else. That's the part the whole world is watching. What do you think happens now? Let us know in the comments below.